Welcome back to another episode of The Goodall Show, where we learn how to grow, motivate you to grind, and encourage you to give. I am James Goodall, your host, and I have a conversation with one of our mentors. His name is Garrett. He's from Texas, Timberwolf Landscaping, and we have had a conversation before, but this is the first phone call that we're going to have. We're going to go over everything that he is going through right now. I know that he's at 9 yards. He is doing a lot of landscaping, and he's subcontracting it out. And I hope I can help him. And then obviously in a year from now, we can walk through this process and the mentorship that we have of meeting every week and talking every week and going over the things that are maybe wrong in his business or the things he wants to work on, the things that he has questions about. We can walk through that. And on TikTok, I can't do that. Instagram, I can't do that. On YouTube, I can't do that. But a mentorship, now that we have two, this is the first. I mean, Garrett's the first, and then Faith is the second. And if I have one more at the lower price at $1,250, after that, it's $1,500 a year. And if you want more information, call the office phone, 219-227-9210, or email me, thegoodallshow@gmail.com, and we'll have a conversation, see if you're a good fit. I do think that I can add $10,000, $15,000 worth of value to the business, to your life. And there's things that I've had to go through on my own where if I had someone there to help me, it would have been a lot easier. And if you have a job that you want bidded on, we're going to have a conversation once a month, but hey, I have a job that I'm bidding right now. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Text me, call me. Let's get it taken care of right then. Let's go over it. So you're not having a mistake of losing money on your first 3 jobs like I did. And we can walk it through and make sure we're charging the right amount. So hopefully this conversation with Garrett helps. He's killing it. I mean, he just quit his job. Like I said, he has 9 yards. He's looking to grow. We're trying to figure out, how to add that reoccurring revenue, how to maybe hire a guy, and all that. Appreciate you guys listening. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. We got to catch Mr. Beast. That's the goal. The goal is to pass Mr. Beast on YouTube. And if not pass him, slowly catch him. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy this convo. If I were to be in your shoes, right? Like if I was to if I had 10 yards plus landscape jobs, what I'm doing is I am doing everything myself.
Okay.
And subcontract, you could subcontract out. You're making, you can make it maybe a job that's, a $1,200 job. A $1,200 job should. I mean, if it's $200 worth of materials, so you $1,000 in labor, it should. If you did it by yourself, could you do it in a day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, man, so until if you could hire a guy, you could do 2 of those jobs.
Right.
But I don't know if you're gonna. It's gonna be hard to hire. This early and.
Yeah, I do a lot of, like the other day I did a mulch job for $400 to trim and mulch. I did it all by myself in 2 hours.
There you go, man. What is that?
That's
$200 an hour?
Hey, I guess what I'm trying to do is be you now versus the other way around. So at what point can I transition into having someone work for me at an hourly rate to do all my jobs? You see what I'm saying? Where I don't have to do all the work.
Gotcha. And you could. I think if you wanted to, you could do it right now. If you thought, first of all, finding a guy that's never been unless you find a guy that's has already learned and knows what to do. Okay, which is, I'm not saying it's it's not the easiest thing to do, right? Like especially if you don't have if you're just starting out, they're probably going to go work for someone who's going to be able to pay them $22, $23 an hour. Who, right. For me, or even you, me or you, if we walked into a landscaping company knowing everything, like I know everything, how to do everything, and I've learned how to, run a crew, dude, that I'm valuable to someone, right? Like they'll pay me. I would pay somebody $23 an hour if someone knew exactly how I did it, So
I don't mind at all paying them more, but it's finding a good. I don't want to. Yeah, it's finding a good person at an hourly rate. It really is.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So like for me, my point is like, let's go back. So you could do that, right? You could go find somebody, which for me going on Indeed, I had 50 applications, right? You got to filter through all these people, and it sounds easy to hire somebody, but it's not, So
No.
if it was me and how I would do it and how, I'm still out there, right? I'm still out there mowing a little bit here and there, right? I'm not doing it a lot, but I'm still.
So do I need to up my lawns? You think?
So yeah, yeah. So I mean, if you had, let's say you had 25 lawns that took you 2 days to do by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let's just say you had 25 yards, and then now you have 3 days. Maybe 1 day is pricing jobs, and then 2 days is doing the jobs. How much could you make?
Yeah, that's true. I can make a lot more.
You're trying to become as profitable as possible, make as much money as possible your first year, right? Like, let's get really dense. Let's try to see how much money I can make, because you're a grinder. You could make $100K, $150K almost by yourself.
Easy.
So, and then you might get to it like, I don't know if I need to hire somebody to help me. Could it be someone that doesn't need to really learn how to run a crew, but he knows how to run a blower, he knows how to put down mulch, he knows how to do all that. This is exactly how I've had this conversation with my brother so many times. Like, if for some reason I had to start over, I mean, I would have one guy helping me when I needed him, part-time guy or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And then I am making $5,000 a week, trying to make $1,000 a day.
Well, okay. So that big mulch job that I have right now, I'm making $1,000 off of that. So that that's 45% I'm making off that job.
Yeah.
I'm paying my guy.
Okay.
It's a huge mulch job. They got to de-weed everything. It's got a big commercial daycare. So I felt like it was best to have them attack that and still make $1,000 than to have me out there for 3 days straight. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. But how much was this job? Well, yeah, and that
it was a $3,000 job.
Okay.
And I paid, so I paid my guys $1,500 to do the job, and then the rest was mulch. Was like was it $500 in mulch?
Yeah.
So I'll make $1,000, and I'm not doing anything, but it would take me by myself 3 days to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
I'm losing it, I'm still making that money.
Yeah, you're making $1,000 in 3 days. My only, and honestly, that's totally fine. Like that's good. It's just, I guess my only thought was, if you're staying busy, like if you're working,
yes,
making more money, doing other stuff.
Yes.
If you're just, like, oh, I'm just going to chill, that's okay. I mean, you could do that. But, like, at the start of the year, start of the business, we're trying to make, if they're doing 1,000, can I do another job? Or, or can
and that's what guys lined out. I'm over here doing other jobs.
Yeah, that's good.
So they're doing a job, and I got another crew doing another job this weekend. So I got the big mulch job this weekend, and then I got a $5,000 sod, sprinkler, and rock job at this guy's house. So mine is $3,000. The other is the new sprinkler system that doesn't involve me because I got to get my license and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I got two $3,000 jobs this weekend.
That's perfect because you're at the point right now where you're like, I can't get all this stuff done right now, so I'll subcontract it out, and that's good. I just wanted to make sure that you are.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely. If someone calls me for a mulch job right now, I'd go get the mulch myself. I'd do the work myself.
Good, that's good.
100%.
Yeah.
Anything that I can make maximum money at by myself, I do not give to my guys. Mm-hmm. What I think I need to do is get 10 more yards, at least.
Absolutely, because. For us, right, we have 200 yards we're mowing on a weekly basis, right? Where just imagine that's 200 clients that need bushes done that need mulch every other year. So
Yep.
it's so easy. Like, we rarely do work for people that we don't mow for because it's reoccurring revenue that we just upsell to them. Like the aerations we're doing, we only have about 40 this year, but we don't have anybody that we're not mow for. It's just people that
Right.
we're upselling for, and it's like sending an email instead of having to do a Facebook ad or find business other ways. So that's
Right.
where that reoccurring revenue of in the lull times, if you had 50 yards, you're still, at $40 a piece, it's $2,000, and those 40 yards, if you had a guy with you, you could get that done in a day and a half if you're grinded,
Right. Yeah.
and if they're dense. So the big thing is don't try to get 10 yards. I guess my biggest thing with adding those yards would be, don't try to get those yards just to get 10 yards. Make sure you pick an area where you don't want to go out of, and you stick to that area.
Dude, my neighborhood is 3 miles in diameter,
Okay.
and I don't have to leave that. All my yards are inside that 3 miles.
Nice. Exactly.
And I want to get 10 to 20 more inside that 3 miles.
Yep. Yeah, and even if and then if you max this out, or let's say you passed out flyers door to door to this 3 mile radius, you had somebody that you could help you do it, and you pass out flyers or hit YouTube, not YouTube, Google ads or whatever the case may be, Facebook ads, and you say, man, I'm not really gaining any more. Okay, well, can I pick another subdivision and pound those and try to get that?
Huge subdivision after huge subdivision.
Yep. Exactly.
So I need to make flyers then and hang them on doors, right?
Yeah, I mean that's how we got our density, man. That is how we built density. And I'll send you a PDF of ours, because I've tried a bunch of different flyers and it works, man. It's a picture of our family.
Yeah. See, you know what? I got a guy coming Sunday over here for Mother's Day to hang out, and he's going to take a picture of our family to put on the flyers.
Dude, that works, man. I don't know how many flyers you could pass out. I mean, it just depends on how many yards you want to get, and
I could pass out 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Could you hit that? Could you hit your neighborhood?
Yeah, I'm not afraid. If I had 110 yards and I had to do it by myself, any other landscaping job would be subbed out just while I'm doing it until I figure something out.
Yeah, and you're not knocking on the door. You're just putting them on. I found out. I just found out it's not worth it to knock that door. Just get as many flyers as you can out. It's crazy. It's crazy because I had 2 calls today, one call yesterday, one call today, that they're like, "Hey, I got your flyer," and I'm like, "We didn't pass out flyers this year." I'm like, "Did you get it last year?" She's like, "Yeah, we kept it from last year." I'm like,
"Yep,
okay, all right." And then she called and she said, "Hey, can we do the lawn, whatever?" I'm like, "Sure." So the reoccurring revenue is huge, man. It's what we have focused on for 3 years now. We don't do any landscaping. I've told multiple people already in the spring we're not doing landscaping until end of June. We're too busy with mowing, and yards take longer. It takes a little bit more to get these done. So for us, we've just always been focused on reoccurring revenue. And once the summer hits, once the summer comes, then we start doing bushes, mulch, and all this stuff. And for us, you're in a little different area, right? Because, I don't know when your season starts.
Our season starts early and goes late. So,
for us,
we're mowing in October.
Exactly. And, for us, we, if you look at, all the forms that are filled out online that they send in and you get an email, 99% of them, 95% of them, whatever the case may be, are mowing. Everybody's asking, can you mow? Can you mow? Can you mow? And then I told my secretary, in a month from now, there's going to be no mowing because everybody has their mower guy. It's going to be all, hey, can you do mulch? Hey, can you do bushes? Hey, can you do whatever the case may be?
Yeah, I charge $150 a yard.
That's good. We're charging 120.
Yeah, so
it depends on how much. If it's only 1 yard, I'm gonna charge more. But if it's if it's 5 yards or whatever.
If I trim bushes and put 1 yard of mulch down, I'm charging $375, $400.
Mm-hmm. Dude, people will pay, man. People will pay.
Oh, they do. So so the plan for
how do you
this
get your jobs?
Word of mouth and Facebook.
Let's go. Good. There you go.
It's stupid simple in my area. It really is. There's no one in my subdivision that's like a landscaper. So I can take over like everything in my subdivision.
Yeah, that's.
So
I mean, if you could be the guy, if you could be the guy to do that
Mhm.
stuff, I mean, they're gonna who are they gonna call? Yeah, so
They're gonna
basically
call-
just Facebook ads, and when someone do they email you or whatever, and then you look at it, and then you just go out and knock
yeah,
on the door?
they email me and it's like, can you send me a text with your name, your number, your address, and then I write it down, and then when I go do my quotes that day, I go out and hit them all, and that's it.
You're starting ideal. Like you know where you want to go and how you want to build this business with density and like profitable jobs and simple stuff. All
Right.
this stuff is simple, So is there anybody that you would look at like that because a lot of times the first person you hire, man, is like a cousin, an older
Yeah.
an older nephews, a friend that they really don't make a lot at their job, they don't like their job, whatever. Like
I've got a lot of guys though that I hang out with that have successful careers. I don't really. I mean, I got the kid that I hired today. He just got out of high school looking for work, so I'm gonna put him to work with me, and help with rock jobs, mulch jobs, all that stuff, and make maximum money.
yeah, and that for the summer, is he out of school?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, is there a way, something like that where hey, you want to make
Yeah.
some money and like, he's worth probably if he's a good worker, he's worth $15 an hour. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For you to pay somebody for 40 hours, pay him 15 instead of 13, that's only $2 an hour. That you're paying him more. And to him, man, $15 an hour, I'll show up to work every day.
Right.
So use
And I'll pay him. If we do a big job and does real good, I'll give him a tip. more money, whatever. So
yeah, or buy him lunch or something.
Back. Yeah, exactly. I'll feed him lunch, stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, because like that just goes a long ways, man. Like I was listening to some podcast, some book like a year ago or so, and they're like one of like the top 10 reasons why people like their job. It's like because they get food. Like
Yeah.
they'll have breakfast or they'll have lunch every once in a while. Like, dude, like it doesn't seem like a lot, but it matters. Like, so finding a guy, someone like that who they're a good worker, but they haven't really found the right work. And then he could work hard for you. That's where you're going to find really your first worker. I mean, you can go on Indeed. You can go on Craigslist. I mean, Craigslist, you could put a job app, title up there. I just found there's 50 applicants, man. And how do I filter through all these guys,
Yeah,
Dude, it sounds like you can make a lot of money.
I can.
And sometimes, dude, I tell my brother sometimes, David, I'm like, dude, sometimes I get just a little jealous of like guys who are just starting out because they didn't have to break down a business like I did 3 years ago. And just like, dude, it was just day after day of just breaking it down and trying to rebuild it. And instead, they can start with what they know and just make a ton of money,
Yeah. Well, I'm backed up against a corner. My bills don't get paid if I don't succeed, so I'm out there hustling.
Okay.
I think last week I made $4,000 last week.
Gross or net?
Net.
Yeah, dude, that's good.
Killing the landscaping jobs. Putting in rock borders around beds, and I did I did that. That was ended up being $5,200 landscaping job I did the other day. I got $3,000 one today, $3,001 tomorrow. So I'm steadily growing.
Yeah, and the more you do good jobs for people, the jobs are gonna keep coming.
Okay, so we talk once a month, right, or once a week, or what is it?
Whenever, if you need something, you call me. But we're scheduled for a month. Once a month, we have a phone call.
Okay. So moving this month, I need to get as many yards as I can in a dense area as I can.
Yep.
That's the goal for this month, right?
Yep. Can you pass out 1,000 flyers?
Yes. So Send me. I've got 3 nephews that are 9 that love to run. So
let's go, dude. Hey, I got you. I'm gonna buy you guys pizza, and then I'm gonna give you guys X amount of dollars if we can get all these flyers passed out.
$20 each to pass out, and we have neighborhood golf carts, so I just ride around the golf cart and they run door to door.
Dude, oh man, let's go. They'll love it. And That's what we did. That's what I did. I had guys who I coached basketball, and like, you know, my guys were out mowing the last 3 years. You know, not this season, but last 3 seasons, we passed out 6,000, 7,000 flyers, and every year we added 50, 60, 70 yards. You know.
Yeah. So what I did do, I got all new business cards because a lot of people want business cards.
Yep.
And I got 3 yard signs. So every time I do a landscaping job, I put my yard sign in there showing that Timberwolf Landscaping. And then you just need to send me the PDF on the flyer, and I'll make my own flyer, and then I'll pass out 1,000 of them.
Yep.
I see money to me to buy them stuff. I'm not hurting on that because I've got plenty in the bank.
Yep.
And my wife works, so I can afford the stuff to pass out to do. So that's not a problem. Like I said, I'll do it.
Yep. So for us, right, we have a PDF, and the flyer is like a big postcard kind of thing, you know, front and back, colored.
Or do you just set it on the ground?
What? Say it again.
Do you hang it on the door, or do you set it on the ground?
I like to set it on the door, but if it's hard, I'll put, you know, stick half of it sticking out of the mat. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just, you know, if it's difficult, it's just kind of.
Do y'all use Visit Print?
We use actually, our church has a print shop. It's called Pulse Print. I mean, I could send you their link and just you could look at it. That's where we got ours.
Yeah.
It's and they could deliver it to you.
You like I said, perfected the postcard over the time. So I want to mimic your postcard, and I bet you I can get 20 yards by next week.
Yeah. If you can get. You know, if you can get 1,000, 1,500 flyers, 2,000 flyers printed up, that'd be sweet. And then, dude, when people ask for a business card, and you hand them a business card and you hand them a flyer, like I rarely pass out business cards anymore because I have a flyer with me, and I'm like, here's a postcard. Like they like to put they like to put their business card in their pocket, but at the same time, like they also, like, a lot of our customers have our flyer on their fridge. You know, and then when friends come over, who's that? Oh, that's my lawn care guy. It's just, you know, keep it up there, and like that's ideal. So, getting those flyers, you know, printed up, and if you're gonna spend, you know, some people ask me like, well, you know, what kind of flyers should I print up? I'm like, if you're gonna spend all this time passing out 1,500, 2,000 flyers, whatever the case may be, if you're gonna spend all this time, then spend a little bit more money. And get like front and back colored, you know, it's nice. It's like just a nice postcard. So, I'll send you that PDF for sure, and then we'll go from there. I mean, the advantage you have, right? The advantage you have, like in a year from now, could you be at, you know, 50 yards and a crew,
easy,
you know, and you're not growing. We don't want to. At least I don't think you want to grow like crazy fast, you know, but you want to just build that strong foundation where, you know, where, dude, you're setting yourself up for, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're just running the business, not going out there and grinding, man. Hey, dude, I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate it. I'll get all that stuff that we just talked about done because, I said, I'm going to listen to you every step of the way.
Let's go.
I'll have all that stuff done by the end of next week.
That's the kind of conversation, you know. Some people are going to have a little bit harder time, and it's going to be a little bit more work. And then sometimes it's going to be, hey, dude, let's just go this way a little bit and do this for this month, right? Let's focus on yards this month. Let's get that flyer printed up. Let's get that those bank accounts set up, and let's start to grow. And having that conversation on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, and then just being able to, if you have an emergency, contact me. Let's go over a job you're bidding right now. Let's make sure we're making the right amount of money. If you want that, just email me. Right? Email me at thegoodallshow@gmail.com or Goodall's Lawn Care, or call the office phone, 219-227-9210, and I'll hook up, and we'll see if you want to be a good fit for the mentorship. I have 2 now, and I have 1 more that I'm trying to, that if, you know, at $1,250 a year, and I know I can add $10,000 worth of value. You know, I know I can add $10,000 worth of value because I know that's what we did with our business. So if you want that, give us a call, 219-227-9210, and we can get you set up with the mentorship, because I just want to I want to see I like talking to guys on TikTok or YouTube and all that stuff, and I enjoy it, but I want to be able to walk these people through, these guys through, like Garrett and then Faith, and walk them through and like see the progress. And that's going to be so fun. That's going to be so satisfying to help them and share the mistakes that I made and see if I can help them with a thing that they're going through and being able to respond. I didn't really think of the book of the week. I can look at my bookshelf over here on my left side, Good to Great by Jim Collins. I don't think we've gone over Good to Great yet. It's about getting the right people on the bus and then making sure they're on the right seat. You gotta be able to hire good people. Like Garrett, he can hire some people for $15 an hour, but can he find one person that is amazing, that loves what they do, is trying to grow the business? Can he find just one person like that? Because if you can find that one person, change your business forever. Appreciate you guys listening. If you want more information, you know who to call, you know what to call, and we can get going. $1,500 for the mentorship after the first 3, and I don't got that much time. I can't have an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour conversation with 30 people. I only have a limit of 10, but I hope it'll help. I appreciate you guys listening. Like that guy Garrett, he said he listened to the phone call as he's mowing, or listen to podcasts as he's mowing. So get out there, grind. It is busy. We're excited. Have a good one.